Good evening, everyone. Welcome, Hidden.
Good evening. How are you doing tonight?
Fan-freaking-tastic. Just about to possibly execute a trade. We'll see.
Oh, nice. What ticker?
YM.
Okay.
But I just realized I'm not set up already. I'm just seeing if I can. I'll probably be looking at YM most of these. I'm going to try and be a little more prepared than I am right now, but it's a 5-minute. I've been looking at some of them, and then this one seems to be jumping out. It's got a nice range, so we will see. But I need to get logged in.
Hey.
Hey, Paul, how are you? I feel like I haven't seen you in a bit. Hope things are well. And if I'm mistaken and I have seen you, then I'm sorry, but I'm pretty sure I have not. And Scott, are you coming for a long time or a short time, Scott? You usually sometimes stop in and go, I have to watch the recording. Quarter Mile, welcome.
What's going on, everybody?
Sorry, I'm just playing around with something, trying to look at a trade potential. All right, I'm going to let that play for just a second. We'll see. Pardon me. So some things have happened in the last week, which is kind of cool.
Yeah.
We're doing some bots. I did a video on it. Some people might have seen it. I know some people joined the Discord, so I appreciate you guys still keeping an eye on what I'm doing video-wise and joining the community to take a look. Hey, Rich. Or you've just been lurking. You're a stalker, Paul. Yeah, no worries, Scott. I appreciate it. So the grid bots have been going. I mean, we're in a little bit of a down spell right now, but I know mine is still up within reason because it took some profit during the nice spike we had, and now it's kind of sitting in limbo, I think, waiting for another pump. I'll probably do some follow-up videos on that because there's still some questions coming into the Discord to go into a little bit more detail as to how it works in the background. I just want to get a little more versed myself and play with the app a little bit more, the DEX, Pionex, before I start doing that, just to check it all. But yeah. Thank you very much, Scott, for the algo love. Yes, like and subscribe, guys. Although most of you guys are subscribers already and likers already, I presume. So I appreciate y'all. So yeah, anything you wanted to talk about on that? That's probably the first thing I wanted to kind of, I put the title as that just because I think it's something new and fun and interesting to play around with.
Yeah, it's just so with the FlexDex coming up and with the domes for FIRA finally being completed within the next month or so, Bill was hoping to be able to finally kind of step aside from being the main source of income, dividend-wise, through his trades. He's still going to trade, but he wants, like I said, he wants to take a step back. It's definitely grueling. It's taxing, and he's not done with it, but he's ready to calm down. So what he decided to do was, get back into the grid bot, especially with us getting into the bull. As everybody should know, or if you don't know, grid bots place buy orders below and sell orders above. And what that does is, while things are trending up, you're always going to continuously sell, make profit. As things come back down, you buy more of that token, and then as it comes down, you're buying, and then as it goes up, you have more to sell, so you get more profit in the end. Right now, as everybody knows, we're in a retracement, which is absolutely perfectly normal. I was looking at something earlier today. Bitcoin is still up almost 18% on the month. So
yeah, pretty much everything. If you look at Bubbles and whatever at that Bubbles app or whatever, everything is green.
This mini retracement is healthy. It was needed. So if you are currently running a grid bot, hang in there. Just make sure your liquidation prices are well enough away. If you have extra money, throw it into the margin portion of it. And then once we get back up to 45 cents or so with Doge, at least, different prices for everything, everybody should be back green around that price point. And so Bill's main idea here is he wants to step back and just do what he enjoys doing, which is TNA and chart analysis. So he just wants to sit back and read the charts and tell us when to move grids, when to enter and stuff like that.
Yeah, nice.
Yeah, that's a quick 30-second.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, and then we got some time too, I think, and I think you'll still be doing it, I presume, into January, February, while the bull market is hopefully happening. But then after that, when it starts going into a little bit more of a, I don't know if it'll go to a bear anytime soon, but it's definitely going to go and do some reconciliation or whatever, right? It's like it'll go flat for a while. Which once everything's set up, those grid bots love flat because they just keep buying as it goes up, selling as it goes down, selling as it goes up, buying as it goes down, and just keep floating through it. So that's pretty sweet. Anything else? So you said the domes are they, and is this the for real? Because I know we've had, and I just want to be honest with everybody, obviously we've had some delays on that getting done. I mean, we thought last year they'd be kind of done, but I know it hit a lot of roadblocks with government and all that, municipality and all that kind of stuff. So now we're really there.
Yeah, we're in the home stretch. It'll be either this end of this month or beginning of January.
Nice.
Final inspections and stuff like that were done last week, I believe, or the week before. So it's really just tidying up and the small stuff inside.
Yeah. And the grids, and I guess this is one thing and maybe you know this, hopefully, this is one thing I wasn't 100% sure about, is the ones that we copy from Flex, they are updating those regularly, right?
So
I say that regularly. When it's down, they can't do
exactly.
You're going to end up incurring a loss. But as they go up and the bull keeps going, they'll be adjusting those ranges as it kind of goes, right?
We'll put that in the chat in Telegram, and then you have to manually change it. That's the only downside to Finex's grid bots at the moment. Him changing stuff doesn't change it on yours. So you do.
Oh, interesting. So once you copy it, you're not actually copying it. Then you're just becoming sole owner of it.
Exactly.
Oh, okay.
For example, while we were in the up last week, I moved my bottom range up a little bit. Whereas if I hadn't, I'd still be making money right now. But I mean, we did not foresee this dip as bad as it is right now.
Yeah. Okay. Okay, so I'll have to go through that, and I honestly didn't realize that either, sort of, but because that'll be something maybe in a video I'll have to go through how people do that and what they should think and do around that. Okay, that's good to know. Hey, Funny Joro. But as it sits though, when you are in drawdown, there's really not much you can do, guys, except for just add to the bot if you feel you're getting close to liquidity, and that's really your only thing you should do. If you change anything or change your ranges when it's below the range, what you end up doing is buying. It'll end up selling at a loss, if I'm not mistaken. Is that right to say? Am I wording that right?
Yeah, it realizes the unrealized gains or losses. So if you were to do it and you were up like $10, it would take that $10 you were up and automatically reinvest it.
Gotcha.
And same with if you're down $10, it would take that $10. So the way they do it is you have to have that extra $10 in the account to cover that $10 loss.
Gotcha. Yeah. Whereas otherwise you're kind of just almost, I wouldn't say borrowing it, but you're just sort of sitting on it for the period of time.
Yeah.
Gotcha. So as it sits right now, the best idea is just to ride it out. And if you are getting close to liquidation, if you have some extra spare change, get it in there in order to allow it to keep taking that drawdown. And then once it goes up and gets back within your range, then you can start adjusting your range up and up as the market progresses. If your token, Doge, whatever, ETH, whatever that you're doing starts kind of, if its range or average range starts creeping up where it's more going up and down up here, you'll need to adjust your range accordingly. So I'll have to go through some stuff with that. Okay. Good to know. Sorry, just looking at it, waiting for my thing to potentially dip a bit. Yeah. And I guess that's kind of it on Flex and that. Nugget, as I talked about last week, and we'll just kind of touch on that for a minute, is still doing well. We had a good start to the week. Obviously, with this downturn in the market, we're going to be we're dipping as well, which is normal. But our bots are just picking up more of the whatever we're trading and that kind of stuff to rise up. And then for the liquidity farming, same kind of thing. They're just adjusting ranges and stuff as we go. So we had, like I said, we had a really good start to the week, which gave us a good little buffer. But this today and I guess yesterday are a little bit red, so we're not making as much. But again, I think we'll still be over 1% for the week, which is pretty sweet for our more diversified portfolio that we have going. So, so any questions on that? Let me know. Are you looking at anything yet? You don't trade till later, though. I keep asking you that every time because we're at the wrong time.
I got about another hour before I really start looking at anything. But
Nice.
I have it set up and I'm watching it progress. Up until
Yeah, there you go. Getting a feel of where it's going.
Yep.
Yeah, I've had a really good week. I've had my ups and downs, but I had a really good week, and my whole thing is just not making stupid mistakes, and I've gotten better and better at that over time, but I'm tired of making them. So yeah, so right now I'm just looking at this guy. It's just a YM trade. I have two ranges set up here because I've got the hour range and then I've got this 5-minute one. I'm kind of waiting now that we're outside of the hour range that was built. I'm just waiting for both of them to dip here, and I'll probably take an entry going towards the other side. So, so yeah, so I'm just waiting for that to happen. But right now there's not a lot of volume. This is the Asia market. We get to watch it move around slowly, which is normal. Any other questions, guys? I appreciate some of those quarter mile on Bill, and yeah, Flex, not much else to go into for now.
Well, there will be an upcoming potential for current FIRA members to compound.
Yes. I wasn't going to get to that. Yeah, we get until it's pulled out, but yeah, there's going to be anybody that's in Flex that maybe has been wanting and hasn't had the ability to put some more money into it or compound. There might be some money opening up on there. So somebody's making a withdrawal. So if you're ready for that, be ready to pump some money in there. So when you start a copy grid bot and the grids are set based on your entry price. So they're set based on is it entry price or is it what the range was set by whoever set them up?
It's both. Because it's got to go based off of your entry price, and then you have your grids layered according to that range in the set number of grids you have.
So technically, the answer is it's set, but based on your entry price, it will gauge how much of that token you're buying off the bat. So Correct. If it's really low on the range, it's going to buy 100% potentially of, if it's at the bottom or outside of the range, it'll buy 100% of that token right away, assuming there's going to be an increase, and then it'll start selling as it goes up the grid. So very similar actually to what we had with Alchemy and all that stuff in the past. So it's kind of, your answer is kind of both, Richie, but basically your grid is set, and then where you are on the grid, what your entry price will depict how much of that token you're buying, if that makes sense. If that doesn't, let me know or let us know. So yeah. And things are just sitting there. Keeps wicking down, but not actually breaking out of this section. So cool. That's cool. Helpful answer. Nice. Good to know. Yeah, other than that, I've been looking around at a few different things. I have access to stuff. Like it is definitely, the markets and everything is getting a little bit busier for sure. I'm seeing people coming out of the woodworks that have been away for a long time, and all kinds of different things like that. So it's obviously there's signs of things going. Obviously Trump getting elected helped the industry as a whole, and once he is actually put into office, that will obviously hopefully signify a little bit more of a move up. There's a lot happening today. Actually, I was just reading, I guess the SEC interim leader is up for, I guess, a vote to get her in or something like that. So it'll be interesting to see how the markets react to that tomorrow, because I thought I read somewhere that she was pro crypto, but I guess she was actually behind Gary Gensler's crap to get rid of crypto and lobby against it. So it'll be interesting to see how, if she does get in, how that affects things. So, quarter mile asking, what's the future of FlexDeck? Adding a lot of pairs and API. Is it designed to not wick folks out like Hyperliquid? I sure hope that's part of the goal.
Yeah. I find it quite funny how we were talking about that last week, and then somebody put something up on Twitter about how they're starting to notice the ghost wicks.
Oh, they're noticing them on Hyperliquid. That's funny.
So the future of FlexStacks, obviously, we want to launch it first before we really go into any future ideas. But the basic premise is we want to do what are called vaults or copy trading. We want to do grid bots. We want as many different pairs that we can have and handle with our liquidity. I'm not 100% sure on the APIs yet, which I think it would be a cool idea, but I'm not a developer, so I can't really say whether or not that's something that can be done. But judging by Yuri and Dimitri, I'm sure it's something we can figure out and get working. But yeah, we're definitely not going to be scumbags like Hyperliquid.
There we go. Waiting for close of this candle. 30 seconds left, and I'll be getting into this one. Yeah, okay. So it'll be interesting to see how that all plays out and how much you guys can do. Because again, like you say, you got to have the liquidity for it, so you can't grow too quick. But you also don't want to. You want to grow. You want to go quick, but you don't want to grow too quick. It's kind of a double-edged sword, unfortunately, with that kind of thing. So, look at this. The way this thing is going, it looks like it's like this massive wick, but it's actually not.
I was just going to ask you about that. So
your lesion is this slippage.
You're entering on a with no aid.
Yeah, on this one I will. It's a very small position, and even if it goes all the way down here, I'm actually only losing like 500.
Okay.
So got a fair amount of room to move, but there's some pretty good trajectory to bring it up here. So those are some stretch goals, which might not be bad, but I'm going to go to just that for now. It's only like $100 win if it wins, but 100 and something. But I don't need a lot for this one. This is actually a funded account, so I'm just looking to make about 200 plus a day. I've done pretty good though. It's over. I don't want to show the account number, but I guess I have to. Yeah, it's almost $2,000, and I've been trading it for 3 days now. So, so I'm almost at my the buffer I need in order to start pulling money out. So.
Very nice.
I don't do a lot of these trades with it, so I thought I'd play around with it. But and I also have a.
So I just got in myself into one actually. Like working out, everything is showing confluence on this, so I figured, what the hell, why not?
Oh, you're entering a trade early. Out of your plan, sir.
It is out of my plan, but still within. Everything else is saying that this is a good trade. So
cool. That's 3. I want to go. Oh, why is that?
And another thing to think about too, Richie, as far as this one goes, there is the ability to set a trigger point, like a trigger price. So you could figure out what the middle of your grids would be based on your range, and you can tell it to not start until you're in the very middle of that range.
Oh yeah, true.
That's what I did with mine.
Gauges for it, I guess. I should have maybe waited for that. That's pretty high. That's so weird. 2, it goes. Oh, it's the other. That's the other one. That's why. Oops. Let's go with 4.
We're just white labeling the Pionex bots. The difference is that we have Bill doing the chart analysis and technical analysis. So we're having Bill's help, but using Pionex to be able to do it. Just because it's one of the better centralized exchanges at the moment that doesn't require your firstborn child and everything. Big thing to remember about that is with Pionex, you need to have a VPN if you are in a blocked country, and you have to make sure you're on that VPN every time you access the website. Otherwise, they flag your account, and you cannot deposit anymore. You're able to withdraw, but you can't deposit.
You'll ever use any tools to backtest to optimize grid range and spacing? I think BitsGap Grid Bot used to offer that. Yeah, I haven't. I'm not doing the. I'm kind of just taking which ones the Flex group puts in and then going with that. But definitely, I will, like, I do some analysis and stuff myself now with trading, so I might look at some of them sometimes. But I'm focused on my future stuff, so I really don't want to spend too much time looking at crypto stuff because I find it a little bit nauseating for myself.
Yeah, makes sense. And it's funny because first coming into futures, I was like, this is a little bit intimidating, but now I honestly think it's easier than crypto trading.
I totally. Yeah, I wanted to get in early in case it would flip back, but now I'm looking at the percentages. Now these are the hourly chart percentages, so it makes sense that it would dig a little bit more, whereas the other one is not digging as much. I'm gonna see. We'll see. I may play around and manage this, but but the good thing is I can get some DCAs because of how little I'm going in. So
yeah, this setup, I'll have to present mine real quick. We're sharing tonight, everybody. So mine's actually working out pretty good because this is the 50%, and then above that, it's not even, it's barely double digits.
Nice.
So I don't mind if it even comes back to here because then I'll get all the DCAs. Because 88% win rate on this. So willing to bet a decent amount.
Nice. Yeah, I might do more later on this one, but I just want to see what it does first. Yeah, I should go look at M&Q because
that's all I trade. I have no need to
trade. There's nothing wrong with that. The only reason why I kind of flipped to YM was just because the range. There's some slight with Austin too, right? Like he's talked about it a bit. There's a little bit of a slight benefit to that one. I don't know if it's necessarily advantage. So actually, sorry, you know what? I do think there's some advantages to it, but that said, it's depends on everybody, right? Like with crypto, you've got a lot of crazy ups and downs. You can capitalize, especially in altcoin time right now. Whereas with futures, it's a little more, you can trade at any time, right? It doesn't matter. And the way we trade it, we're in and out of trades usually in minutes, if not hours. You're not trading stuff over long periods of times. You don't have liquidity issues where you could get wicked out of stuff like what you see happening on centralized exchanges and dexes with all that different legislation. It's all legislated, like it's actually legal to do it. Whereas crypto stuff, technically, a lot of these dexes are not legal for certain places and whatnot. And there's prop firms which are actually like real companies, unlike, again, the Forex prop firms that we've seen that are all garbage. There's some legit ones that actually pay out. So being able to use other people's money or use these prop firms by design in order to trade with $50,000 of capital instead of $500 of capital can be quite advantageous. And you can, for now, because the industry is not 100% like legislated and governed, you can, in some cases with some companies, have up to 5 or 10 accounts, and you can technically copy trade them. Again, just copy trading them is not always the best thing to do as just a rule of thumb, but you can do a lot of different things with multiple accounts, like take one trade on one account and then take another trade on another account. If you lose, you're not losing on both accounts by doing that. Yeah, I mean, those are just some quick things off the cuff, I guess. But I mean, everybody's got their advantage. There's no bad way to trade, just like there's no bad asset to trade. It's just what works for you. And for me, and the way we trade it in the pack trading group, with it being data driven and systematic percentages and using past performance to help dictate what could happen in the future, it's what speaks to me and gives me some comfort and confidence on the charts when I'm doing things, to not be second guessing myself and all this other stuff. And then on top of that, with the way we do it in the pack trading group, there's lots of we don't have 50 million indicators, but we have indicators that add value to what we're doing. And there's a new one that Hidden actually has on his chart there, that we're able to kind of, if there's a trending market, we can kind of take advantage of knowing that, because that was one of our biggest kind of fall points, was that when we went on a trending market, it was with some of our tools, it was really hard to know that beforehand, and then we'd end up taking a fairly large loss, 1 out of 10 trades kind of thing, which is not horrible. But if we can minimize that loss, which is what this new indicator that Austin created does, it helps us minimize taking trades the wrong direction, which could be quite helpful. We've just gotten this one like the last 48 hours. So, yeah, you guys yesterday. I got it a couple of days earlier, but still, it's still a work in progress. But it's showing very well. So
like I have 4 indicators I'm using, even though it shows I have 8 on the chart. It's technically I could probably turn that off and just use this entry 8 here. So
yeah, because that's the only one you're using technically right now. But
I have 4.
Theoretically, it was going your direction, and yeah, you had a couple of DCA entries that could have worked in your favor with the direction you're going. But
going off the boomerang, yes. Off of the opening there, no. Because there's this one, yes, because it's completely off that box.
Yeah.
But the other ones, no. Oh, actually, yes, you're right. All of these were completely, the boomerang is messing me up.
Well, and then, but I was more talking about the trend one too. It is telling you to go down, so there was some confluence there, I guess, if you will. But yeah, so lots of fun. I love it. I'm definitely hooked.
I love it too. I mean, past week or two, I've been able to set up trades and go to bed and wake up and have
magic profit,
$1,500 nights.
Nice.
Knock on wood.
Hey, then you got to get used to it. You're not going to always have those, but
nope.
We're actually green for the last hour in the market.
Oh boy.
Like crypto market.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Crypto market. Sorry. I pull up that crypto bubbles is kind of cool to look at every so often.
There's a new indicator that just came in by TradingView, actually. I like it.
What is it? Oh.
Tells you the like I got MNQ right here. So for the past week, it's down 0.5%. And then you can change the time frame and symbol.
I wonder what the week is taking. If it's just taking week to date, it must be.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's technically that 1 week is only taking Monday.
Yep.
Monday, Tuesday, I guess. Right. Well, Tuesday, some of today. So yeah. Because overall, all it should be green, but we're definitely down. Trying to see actually hourly.
Oh, I broke it.
That happens. I got 30 minutes.
I had it earlier. Showing me.
Yeah, because week to date, if it was the last 7 days, we're definitely up for sure. But
no, broke it again. Oh well.
It.
You get the idea. You can change it to what you want. Oh, I'm gonna DCA into this. Oh, maybe not.
Or your max.
I don't see how. That makes no sense to me. Why it's not letting me
10 on a 50K with Apex?
It'd be 20 total.
I shouldn't have your account number up there. I did the same thing though. Awesome. What's been your average range of yields y'all grow per account per day, week, month?
There we go.
Yeah, I don't know if there's a data for that quarter mile. So the thing is this is a learning process, right? So I've been learning futures for a year and a half. I'm green overall. I can 100% attest to that. I can guarantee you that. I haven't done the numbers for like very adamantly. You can track this stuff, and I should get better at doing it, but I'm just not yet. The issue is I lose accounts and I move on from them, right? I kind of just put it aside and then start a new account. I have gotten better at trying to hold accounts, and I've gotten profits from them. That's why I'm green overall, and I know that. But the issue is sometimes I'll pass an account. Like I just recently took $1,000 withdrawal from a prop account, and lo and behold, the next day I don't know, I just screwed up. I didn't stick to my plan and I messed up the account. I got my money out, so that was good. But so I ROI'd like 10 different accounts at once, because if you get 1,000, some of them only cost $50. So I ROI'd very nicely and kept myself in the green kind of thing, but then lost the account and had to rebuild one. So it took me a week or two to rebuild one. And now I have this new one that's up 2K, which will then be able to pull hopefully 500 to 1,000 by the time I'm allowed to pull funds out, because you have to trade them for a certain period of time before you can I think it's 10 days with Apex, for example, which is where this account is with. And so I have to wait 10 days before I can pull that out. And then when I pull that out, the hope is that I don't screw it up this time and I actually keep the account for a period of time. So overall, and again, I should analyze it and actually get better at it and go through, this is how much I've spent, this is how much I've gotten out of it, and then so on and so forth. I've probably gotten out at least 1,000 a month, but I'm still trying to scale it. My whole goal is to get 5 or 10 active funded accounts and then start making hopefully a few $100s per account per day, and that adds up. That'll compound and become more and more and more, right? So that's kind of my idea, or how I'm doing it. Hidden started a lot later in this game. You've only been in a couple of weeks. Oh, you're probably getting up 3 weeks now.
Yeah, actually, probably it's a month, because I had to repay, so at least a month.
Okay, there you go. A month, and you've been well, I don't know. You should probably tell how you've been doing. So it sounds like you've been doing good, but you could have been saying a lot of the winners, and I'm ignoring the losers.
Well, I got a little gung-ho at first and spent way more than I should have on accounts and lost every single
before
one.
knowing what you were doing yet.
Yep. So I'm negative currently, but with how I have been doing historically the past 2 weeks now, I should probably break even, if not be a little green first payout.
Nice. Yeah, and that's the thing. And if you can do that, that's huge, right? Because you've now spent a month learning and are already going to be green on your business. Whereas myself, I've been a year and a half and it probably was only green in February, March, I think it was when I started actually pulling payouts. And a lot of that was due to the fact that we didn't have, our group was still learning and growing, and like I was involved with the group from the beginning, so it took us time to evolve. It took us time to learn. We had some had really good success earlier on. I was a little bit of a slower learner, had to trial by fire, so spent funds trying to do it, but tried to be responsible with it. I didn't go and put $500 a week or anything. I was probably paying $50 every few weeks to even a month in some cases, just trying to slowly learn and not spend too much. But I'm now green, like I said. As of February, I was green, and I've been green ever since. And now I'm just trying to scale it so I can actually earn something more legitimate as an income from doing it. And it's just going to take time, and that's okay. But I'm getting there, and it's getting better and better every week and month and whatever. I will probably talk about it more and go through that more and try and gauge it better going forward now, because I do feel much more comfortable. I felt comfortable before, but not like this. Not where I think I can actually like maintain my accounts I have and grow new accounts and keep growing that. So right now, I guess the biggest line in the sand, I guess right now, is I have one funded account that's growing and earning. I'm almost done my second account, and then I'm going to keep adding. So if next week I say I've added another account, or 2 weeks from now I say I'm adding a third account, or I've passed my one that I'm in the middle of right now, that'll be probably a good gauge. So you guys can kind of ask me that. I'll be fully transparent about it. If I lose an account, hidden knows, I'll say I lost an account. I don't like to anymore. I don't want to anymore, but it's going to happen. You got to understand, with these 50K accounts, which seem to be the best value, it took a while to kind of get to that. I was doing 150K accounts for a while. And that was part of the problem too, is 150K, you need $9,000 to pass the friggin' account. A 50K account, you only need 3,000. but you can almost put your drawdown on them is almost the same. So you can almost put the same risk and the same contracts on it to make your 3,000 just as. So you can make your 3,000 in the same time it takes you to make 3,000 on a 150K account, but you're passing and getting to funded once you get that 3K instead of waiting until you get 9K. Not only that, once you get that funded account, you then have to build a buffer on it before you can pull money out. So as much as I say it's awesome to be able to trade other people's money, there's rules, caveats, things you need to be aware of, which a lot of you know about, because I know a few of you have traded prop firms and stuff before, so same kind of stuff. So yeah,
not to interrupt.
No,
I will say the prop firm accounts for futures are not as screwy, it seems, as the Forex.
And not as expensive.
Yeah, I mean, it's Black Friday deal was $16 for a 50K account
with Apex, yeah, and with friggin' like any of our Forex ones, we were looking at friggin' some of them were $600 to $1,000 for 100K, right? Like it's crazy. Yeah. So, two bots. So yes and no. I have not found any good ones yet. I found ones that work kind of, but they're still just like bots in Forex and all that stuff. They're still have to be so watched, and I just don't have time to watch them the way they need to be watched because I'm trying to actually trade. I'd love to find a way to get something automated so that I'm not forced to trade every day, and I could take a break from time to time and still earn money. That I'd love to see that, but for now I haven't found anything. I am on the look. I am testing some things. There's been some things that work, but it's like they work 5 days and then they don't necessarily blow the account the next day, but it's just a lot of work. So yeah, nothing right now, but you can create them. NinjaTrader has bots for all kinds of things, or you can set sort of bots by just setting parameters in place that you run with, kind of thing and stuff. So yeah, there's solutions, but nothing concrete. And some of them, like, they want $3,000 for the bot, and it's like, but you can't try it, you can't see if it works. They want $3,000, and if you make money on it, great. If you don't, you're screwed. So it makes it very tough to manage. If you could get one that works, I mean, it could be brilliant, right? Like you get 5-10 accounts all making $200 a day. That's a pretty good chunk of change. So
yeah. No shit.
Yep. Should see a little longer. And here I am. You're in a short and I'm in a long. Although YM works very differently, I find. It's funny. They're not. Sometimes they run the same direction, but a lot of times they don't.
What is YM?
YM.
No, like MNQ is the NASDAQ.
Dow Jones, sorry.
Dow Jones.
I thought you were asking for the ticker, but yes,
no,
that's true. I get it. Yeah, Dow Jones. So it's all the tech companies, right? So it's a little different than that. Or sorry, NASDAQ's the tech ones. Yeah, it's only 30 companies, I think, with the YM. I don't know. I should know that, I guess. But anything else, guys? Any other questions? We got a little group of you guys here again. Anything anybody's looking at? Blackhawk, am I boring you? You're not saying too much. Blackhawk, you said you have a BTC USDT. Is that something you had on your own, or something you did through Flex before, or you already had it before? The silver trades all went like super quick today. I didn't get in them because I missed them, but
yeah, I find these things either rip or take an hour.
Mm-hmm. Well, that's why I don't like getting into those ones right away, because they can be so temperamental. But it does look like it works well with the entry aid, but at least this morning it did. We were typing frantically. Oh, you had it before. Okay, cool. So you've been using that for a while, I guess, then, and it's done well for you?
Oh, man. Imagine the run up from like 15,000.
Yeah, for like a year or more, yeah. That's the problem. I feel like some of that stuff, if I hadn't known about it, I could have played around with it. My issue is I don't pay enough attention to it. So if it goes the wrong, and that's where I'm like even wondering if this is going to be the right thing for me doing these Pinex ones, is like if it goes the wrong direction too long, I'm going to friggin' just tank myself and not have a chance to recoup it.
Yeah.
I must admit, I'm looking at the bubbles more often and taking a look at it more frequently because I'm in it. So.
I
started before BTC knew. Oh, before it knew. Darn it. So I'll put down for a little while. Oh, okay, yeah. See, that's all I started with was $50 right now, and it some people have friggin' already 3-4x kind of thing, quite a bit in there just in the last month with the way things have gone. So it'll be nice to take advantage of that once I can get a few more dollars in there.
We need Doge to pick back up.
Yeah, exactly. That's where I'm in. Yeah. Like I said, I think it's so I don't have my VPS on, and I don't want to turn it on while we're live because it'll probably frig things up. But the bubbles, it's just the it's an app called Crypto Bubbles. It's literally an iPhone app, and it brings up bubbles like this on your screen and tells you whether the hour, the day, or the week is green or red. There we are. So yeah, and it's just a free app you can get on I'm assuming it's on Android too, but this is on my iPhone. And so as you can see, like when you go over to the different days, the bubbles get bigger if they've made a bigger move up or down, and obviously red is bad, green is good. And obviously for the month, the nice thing is everything's all up. So everything's all up, and you see, so it's kind of neat because you can kind of visualize what the bigger movers are for a day, for a week, for a month, for whatever. And then do things like for the year, oddly enough, and actually I guess that makes sense. For the year, Bitcoin's only up 128%, but things like WIF are up 1,400% and Pepe's 1,500%. So yeah, just neat kind of purveyor information, and it's nice because it's on my phone, so it's quick and easy pull up. So it helps, especially when I'm looking at Doge specifically, kind of seeing where it is in comparison to my grid bot. So, and Doge is trying to make a move up, trying slowly. Blackhawk, yeah, I was DCAing directly into BTC and also started a miner with leftover dregs of AlphaShare. Yeah. Oh, you sold your miners, your AlphaShare MFT miners? I probably should have. I did not, but I guess I'm just hoping they'll do something somewhere. But I don't know. I find it so hard to sell things with a massive loss. But at the same token, if you were to collect all that shrapnel from somewhere and put it into something, you can probably make something of it rather than just letting it sit there, do nothing. But and again, finding a buyer for that, I guess, would be tough. But
yeah, going back to shoulda, coulda, woulda, my friend.
Yeah, exactly. Cool. Yeah, it won't be too much longer, guys. I'm also tired and exhausted. Investium. You had to ask that one. I always say that when people ask me the other ones. But so we've been talking for a while about this, and I've been trying to get them off their friggin' keisters, working towards a solution of getting the funds back because they have the miners, because they have the ability to create funds from somewhere. I needed them to get on the ball and start playing a little bit more aggressively. So I've been trying to get them to this point for a while. We're finally here. My hope is that they keep going with it, but it's going to depend on them. We need Matt and Yusuzul getting into the Discord more often, making people feel comfortable, and then actually acting on the shit that they're doing. Because I've been asking them to do all the stuff they're talking about now. Almost all of it, I've been asking them to do that for 8 months to a year and get a spreadsheet done up and run it like a business. And now they're finally going to get back to the arbitration and back to and then use the mining and all this stuff. So I hope it'll work out well. I'm optimistic within reason, but as I've told everybody in Investium, write it off and then hope for the best kind of thing. But I'm gonna keep hounding them. Like they're communicating, which is great, and they're still around, which is great. But we just need to start getting some better progress, especially right now with the market the way it's going. So yeah. sorry, back to AfterHours. I was the same way, but the team was basically stalled out and kept promising things would get better. Yeah. Yeah, I know. And again, one of those things, should have sold it a while ago, but especially if you got 20% of something, because I doubt I'd even get that now. But and no worries, Rich. So yeah, basically they can't get anything done because their theater person left and their pair. Yeah, I know, crazy. Such a friggin' massive cluster F there too. Like everything in DeFi, right? Like nobody ran their stuff like a business, and that's what caused most of the problem. That's why Flex is still here, Nugget is still here, because we run it like a business and track things and have quotas and plans and all that jazz, instead of this just fly by the seat of our pants and hope people are being accountable. Because that's the problem, I think, with most of them, right? Nobody was accountable for proving that they were doing what they were doing, I don't think, with AlphaShares and with others. And even if you tried to get them to prove it was always excuses, and that should have been everybody's first guess that shit was not good. So yeah. Anyways, it is what it is, but hopefully we'll see some light at some point from some of this stuff. So how's yours doing? Is yours going down now still, or
it's going sideways?
Sideways. So is mine. Or sorry, mine's down. I shouldn't say sideways.
Last night I traded, or did I? No, I did trade last night. I ended up doing fine. Yeah, Sunday night. The one Sunday I don't trade, it went perfect. It's like all the entry aids hit and all the DCA points hit.
Yeah, probably because we had a really good week, so everybody's itching to get back in. Plus, it was a long weekend, wasn't it? No, that was the week before. Yeah, maybe because, I don't know. It's hard to say. You got to kind of find patterns in that stuff, right? Sundays can often be very lower volume, but sometimes they can kind of surprise you out of nowhere. People itching to get back on the charts. Move stuff around.
What months do the futures traders leave? What month do the future traders, like the big boys, take breaks?
Well, December's never a good month for any of us, for any trading usually. But yeah, I don't know. There is some cycles to it by all means, but because there's so much volume and it's so much like different than crypto, it doesn't go by the same ebbs and flows because it doesn't change. Yeah, summer, true. Yeah, good call, Blackhawk. Yeah, I guess with all of them, summer does get a little bit slower. We definitely saw a drop in volume, but it's not like you couldn't trade it still, right? It's not like, and even crypto, I guess technically you could trade it all, but volume got so low, you couldn't trade much other than Bitcoin, for instance, or guess which token was going to move that day during bears or kind of time, right? Whereas with Forex or with futures, even during the slowest of months, there's still volume that goes up and down. It's just, you can still go with the flow kind of thing, but yeah. I'm gonna let mine dig a fair amount more before I do anything with it. So it's still going. I guess I don't have it up there, but so it's going down. Well, I have Russell there. It's easier to do that. But I've got room, even if because I could see it coming back and pulling some from there. But I got a lot of room. Should get some. I'll play around with that later. Anything else, guys? Otherwise, we'll shut her down and go to our trading and then bed. I'm exhausted. I find every Tuesday is exhausting. I don't know why. I'm up at like 6:20 to look at the charts, and at some point, once I get my accounts all gotten, I'll probably try and trade at night for a little bit and see if I can get some of them the money they need, and then get up a little later. I don't know.
Big green wick on MNQ.
Yeah, YM just pumped up too. Something just happened. I sold off my chain link last night. Probably forget that. Oh, I'll at least you 2 to 3x. That's not bad. No, I was up there. Trying to think, what was Chainlink? Was it just an NFT? I thought
no, the coin.
Oh, sorry, got you. Yeah, I expect that would probably still pump some, but whatever. It's not like, again, if you can put it somewhere else and something else can pump, right? And the nice thing about it is something else might pump 2 or 3x, and maybe they're only going to pump another 1x kind of, or 2x kind of thing. So yeah, I can see it. Thanks, Quarter Mile, as always. Yeah, I saw the pack guys up early this morning. Yeah, we're usually in the chat about 6:20, 6:30. Somebody's in there doing something. Actually, I guess no. Random guy's in there even earlier than that, but I'm never up early enough to see him start. So, 5:45. Yeah, that's early. Although I'm up at 6:20, so I guess I can't say too much. Not always up at 6:20. All right, guys. Anything else? Let me know. Anything and anything you guys wholeheartedly believe in that needs some marketing, let them know or introduce me to them. I definitely do want to do more videos, but I want to be very cautious on what I'm doing. I did the one thing I didn't show you guys, I guess, because I did that. I think I talked about the peppermint one last time, eh?
You did, yeah.
I did. It's still going. Present. I'm here. I'm going to show the screen. I probably shouldn't yet because I find the app is not the bestest, so it takes a second to link up. I find sometimes, but maybe this time it'll work perfectly. So it's working very well. They've actually increased the rewards. So I mean that's cool. Oops, not connected. Oh, there we are. So actually, what was that? I think I just started it last week, right?
I think so, yeah.
Like I think I had $4.92, like $4.92 in PFX. I think I only had one day, so it was only 24 hours. So I made $40 on 1,200 in a week. So, well, I don't know. I'm not complaining. I guess I can see now, so I can claim. Please select NFT. Claim. Sign. And then I should be able to, once I've claimed, quickly updates, but and then I guess I can go over here to swap. Max. Oh, there we go. Look at that. Swap to USDT. There we go. Made $40 in a week.
It's not bad.
Not bad at all. Well, I mean, basically, it's 4 point whatever. What is it? 4 point. What am I saying? It's not 4 point. Staked. Calculator. So yeah, it's up to $4.92 on 1,200. Am I doing that right? Why am I not mathing? It's too late for me, obviously. It's $4.92 divided by $1,200, right? That's what I should be doing. Yeah, it's 0.41% a day. So times 7 days, so it's 2.8% a week. Times 52 weeks. So yeah, 149. Yeah, that's right there. Duh. So yeah, it's good. And like I said, this one. So, and I think I talked. So everybody knew that. Yeah, this one's from Danny. So, or he's Danny from Swap.
Stable Swap.
Yeah, thank you, Jesus. He's the one doing that one. So, or backing it, I guess, if you will. I really like pair program. Yeah, and you know what? I do. Yeah, you have mentioned that before. Can you DM me? Is it a Discord, Black? If you have a Discord for it, can you DM me the Discord? I'll get in there and I'll maybe talk to them about coming on for an AMA or something. I got Yield. I don't know if everybody's heard of Yield Farms. Yield. They're asking me to do an AMA. I do know one of the guys that's been marketing for it for a year. So I mean, they're not fly by night. They've what is it? Yield Base, sorry, is it looks like, I think it's on AVAX. It's I guess like a yield farm, liquidity mining and yield mining farming. So they want to come on for one, so I might look at that. and Gamma Swap too. I can look at that. So Peppermint is Forex trading supposedly, and they've traded for Danny from Stable Swap for a long time, personally. And so I guess he's vouching that they are trading. And I guess, and I was in the Discord or the Telegram the other day, and they are looking to create some more transparency where they're going to show how the trades are going, what they're doing, all that stuff. I got really turned off quickly because one of the marketing people, who I guess that's what their job is, right? She came in and she's in the private chat with the Stable Swap people, including myself, and she's like, to make some more excitement and all this dumb drum or doldrum that's happening right now, we're gonna up our daily rewards. And that was like obviously red flags for me, because I'm like, what you're upping it because you're bored? Like, what? But I guess there actually is some rewards that are being generated, so and they're going to get through more of that. She was just doing the marketing stuff. So no, I mean, it looks good. Yeah, I do have an affiliate link if anybody wants it, blah, blah, blah. But basically they're doing Forex trading and earning the funds from there. And then they're just paying it out in this PFX token, which is 1-to-1 with the USDT, and you just swap it out for USDT like I just did. So it's working. I might put some more in over time. I don't have any more to put in for a bit now, until whatever, some stuff works out. So, and thank you, Black Hawk. I see you've messaged me already. Appreciate you. So yeah, so I might talk to them once they start their real marketing push. Right now, it's been more of a private sale with the Stable Swap people and a few other groups, I think. So once they start doing some more marketing, I might get in on that and help them out. I want to see some more transparency if I can, but it's always hard sometimes with that stuff, right? So I don't want to get. I'm trying to be very cautious on what I put on the channel, just for obvious reasons, because shit's been crappy, and I don't want to be plugging this crap that's not going to be accountable to their investors, right? So, because we have some good stuff going. I mean, we have Flex, we have Nugget, we have Monsters is still around and kind of grinding, trying to get themselves going, and I'm sure we'll benefit from these pumps in the market. We have Upfront, or oh my god, I always forget them, and every time a few people get mad at me about it, but I've been getting 4 or 5% a month, so nothing crazy, but I put some funds in there, and I've been ROIing on that over the last year with Upfront DeFi. So these were guys that they're basically doing liquidity farming, creating apps that create blockchain contracts, but they create the contracts on contract. They also have some affinity to, I think, Chainlink and a few other things or something. So I should know this better, but I'm terrible at this job. I'm just on for the ride. So yeah. So anyways, all this stuff. So yeah. So we'll keep plugging away, keep looking at the things that I've kind of jumped into. I'm looking forward to seeing how the bots do this week. Hopefully with another little pump, we'll be back to having some glory days with them. And I'm sure there'll be a little lull for the next little bit through Christmas, but come to New Year, I think there'll be some fun to be had with those bots, but we'll have to master them a little bit more and make sure I'm updating my ranges. So, all right, guys, I said I was leaving, so now I'm really leaving. Anything else? You guys know where to find me, and I will see about getting some of those guys on. I do have another guy who has some indicators. He wants to come on the channel. I'm just testing the indicators out. I'll show them maybe next week, and then maybe have him on the week afterwards, if it's showing some promise. It's basically just a buy and sell indicator through that he's using for crypto trading. I looked at it quickly because he just gave me access today, and it looks like it's calling the bottoms and tops, so that's good. It's kind of a DCA one, so I don't know. I'll see how it looks, and we'll go from there. I'll send you a link to that hidden. Actually, you should probably come into the Discord and have a look for yourself for the fun of it.
Definitely.
And then we'll it's free, so can't really lose. And then go from there. Thanks again, guys, and thanks for all your guys' support. I know you guys have been here and I know it's been dull for a while. Hopefully we're getting some more fun. I'm enjoying it a little bit more, which is nice. Let's have some fun and go get some money. Have a good one.